and is okay with that. What are they smoking? You cannot come and tell Saieed, well, hear this now. Saieed, mass mandatory, here we go. They come to an end. And then you come and tell me, here we go on side. If you go to the supermarket, the grocery, or the malls, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you go to a pharmacy, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you're traveling, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the transportation hub, you have to wear your mask. If you're going to church side, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the school side, you're wearing your mask. If you go to a barber salon, you go to the theater, you're wearing your mask. Which dum-dum in Trinidad and Tobago will go in a theater and buy a popcorn and a juice and sit down and wear a mask? Thanks! If every councillor go through their constituency, do video clips like this and send it for us, I'm gonna be so happy just to play it on our program on a Wednesday night. You know why I would be happy? I will be filled with joy in my heart. You know why? Because the councillor is getting off their butts and they are actually going and doing some live video shoots. Real Talk took the initiative to find out suppliers of wheat in the world that National Flour Mill could go to. So now Romano is saying the company is not going to raise any price in the near future. Why? Why? Is it because the S-boss and they realize now that, hey, it is in the public domain that we could go right Mexico and buy flour and wheat? We could go right China and buy wheat? I am about change. And thus far, Real Talk is very effective in Trinidad and Tobago coming towards making changes for the citizens. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have urged the population to appreciate and be grateful for the availability of the utilities. This, as Gonzalez recalled, time in his life when he had to fetch water using a bucket from a nearby river. Gonzalez, I want you to understand something. I want you, Mr. Gonzalez, to understand something. You are being paid thousands of dollars by public utility, by the finance ministry, to govern WASA. Come on. To govern WASA, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saieed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzalez. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saieed, you have to be contented. You have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. We do thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. It's an important night in Trinidad and Tobago. We're going to be discussing the coat of arms removal in Trinidad and Tobago here on Synergy Network with Real Talk with Saieed Ali. So viewers, share your live stream on Facebook, on YouTube. Remember, it is important to us and to you that you share our live stream. So as we start our program tonight, I just want to remind you viewers to share the stream, share the stream, share the stream. On Facebook, it's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. On YouTube, it's TT Real Talk. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. So viewers, please do that for us. Keep in mind, there are others who love our program in other countries and they can see it via YouTube or Facebook. So please share our live stream for the sake of Real Talk with Saieed Ali and the issues we are dealing with. Also, Real Talk Credit Union in South, viewers, please, you want to be a member? Not a problem. Call the office, set up an appointment, and we will glad to see you. Remember that. Also, viewers, Real Talk Financing 4% on fixed deposit. Interest up front. Call these numbers also, and you can get the information about it. Interest up front. Remember that, Trinidad and Tobago. So, some of us are wondering, Saieed, why interest up front? Why? Why did you come out with this method? So, you open a fixed deposit in a commercial bank. They lend your money with an interest rate of 1.5, sometimes 2% per year. Now, with Real Talk Financing, interest up front. Now, sometimes you may put your fixed deposit, your money on a fixed deposit, and you may die. You're not getting to enjoy your interest. You're not getting to enjoy your hard-earned cash. You're not. Because you have to wait till the end of 10 years or 20 years to collect the interest. But with us, with Real Talk, remember, I care for you, the people. On my program, we highlight issues in your community. I care for you that much. So instead of putting a fixed deposit for 10 years and over, and you may not live to enjoy or to reap the benefit of that fixed deposit. So we have taken the decision to give you interest up front, where you can actually enjoy your money. Enjoy your hard-earned cash that you worked. You put aside dollar by dollar, $100 by $100, $1,000 by $1,000, and you made up $100,000, $200,000, $50,000. You put it on a fixed deposit, you get your interest up front, and you enjoy your interest. Hence the reason why we decided to come up with that idea. Because if I work hard, and I put my money on a fixed deposit, I have to wait until that money mature to get the interest. I might die and that might still be there. So I want you to understand exactly what I am saying. When you work hard, you want to enjoy your money. Here's the reason why we came up with that idea. For you to enjoy your money before you die and somebody else inherit it. Remember that, viewers. I'm a spiritual consultant. Those of you who want to talk to me, 339-1670, we can have a private discussion. Remember that. So as we start our program tonight, after featuring on Trinidad and Tobago coat of arms for 62 years, and with Christopher Columbus and his 3 ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, which commemorated Columbus arrived in 1498, will be removed according to Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley. Rowley announced the decision yesterday at the PNM Special Convention to consider the report of the party's Constitution Reform Committee. The country's coat of arms was designed in 1962 by a committee of citizens including late carnival designer George Bailey and artists. Now, he said that the amendment should be made before September, the 24th of September. Why before the 24th of September? We are going to replace Columbus 3 ships with the steel pan. I'll listen to this.
You see them 3 Columbus boats in the emblem? They will go. And since we have enough votes in the parliament to do it, I could announce now that as soon as the legislative adjustment is made, and that amendment, that adjustment should be made before the 24th of September, we then over a 6-month period will replace Columbus 3 ships, the Santa Maria, the Pinta and the Nina, with the steel pan.
Rowley added that for logistical purpose, that will take place over a 6-month period, allowing us to consume the stationery and other things we have in place and be replaced by our new intention. He said the change of the coat of arms will be the first in moving away from the country's colonial ties. Listen to this, Prime Minister.
And for logistical purposes, that will take place over a 6-month period, allowing us to consume the stationery and other things that we have in place and be replaced by our new intention. And that should signal that we are on our way to removing the colonial vestiges that we have in our Constitution. And I hope that we start with that and we end up getting up and no longer being squatters on the steps of the Privy Council.
Trinidad and Tobago, one would ask, what is the cost of this move? Number 1. Number 2, why change the coat of arms? Number 3, changes coming. Every single money from the 1 cent to the 50 cent piece will have to change. Every $1, $5, $10, $50 and $100 bill will have to change. Your ID card, your driver's permit, your passport, your birth certificate, and any government document will have to change. The coat of arms that is printed on police vehicles will have to change. On all government vehicles will have to change. The coat of arms that is on buildings will have to change. Every single document in Trinidad and Tobago that bears the coat of arms with the 3 ships will have to change. Now, what is the cost of this? Who is going to bear the cost of this? Keep in mind, we in Trinidad, we have no money, eh? Treasury have no money. We recently changed, about a couple of years back, the $100 bill. How much that did cost Trinidad and Tobago? Or, what was the price that the government paid to change the $100 note in Trinidad and Tobago? Do you all understand how much money it is going to cost the Treasury? So tonight I'm asking Dr. Saieed Ali, who is the Prime Minister for Trinidad and Tobago, or the Minister of Finance, Klongenbert, how much is it going to cost Trinidad and Tobago to make this move? How much? Keep in mind, We started from the health. Health is not functioning properly in Trinidad and Tobago. Keep in mind, government vehicles are not functioning properly in Trinidad and Tobago. Keep in mind, WASA is not functioning properly in Trinidad and Tobago. Keep in mind, back pay cannot be paid in Trinidad and Tobago. Keep in mind, the roads are not good in Trinidad and Tobago. We're only talking about government stuff that is not good here right now. But the government have money to change the coat of arms. That will cause a great impact in the financial sector in Trinidad and Tobago. You know why? It is going to cost money. So, you made your announcement, you want to remove the ships for the coat of arms. How much it is going to cost Trinidad and Tobago? How much the Treasury is willing to spend? Or how much is the Ministry of Finance going to spend on this change? How much did it cost Trinidad and Tobago when we changed the $100 bill? So keep in mind, we have the 1 cent, we have the 5 cent, we have the 10 cent, we have the 50 cent piece, we have the 25 cents. We have the $1, the $5, the $10, the $20, and the $100 bill that was recently changed. How much is it going to cost, Dr. Rowley? Caller, good night.
Good night, Saieed, and to all the lovely listeners. This is the original imitation vaccine vehicle.
Good night, my friend.
I want to talk about this distraction the Prime Minister is trying to do. And I'm going to be a little facetious. When you take down those 3 boats, I see somewhere in a video that he's going to give it to the Coast Guard to basically use as border protection. But more importantly, the most, what should I say, frightening thing is happening in this country is the murder rate.
Correct.
And he's not reflecting. Does he want somebody like me to recommend that he put a coffin instead of the pan? I mean, they say every week there's something going on. And another facetious idea. At the top of that coat of arms, there's a tree. You realize that tree? It is a palm tree.
Correct.
I want to know if you're going to replace that palm tree with the barley they plant or with the special branch. Remember there are special branch?
Thank you, my friend. I understand what you are saying. But Trinidad and Tobago, on a serious note, how much is it going to cost to do this? How much is it going to cost us, the citizen? So you want to tell me that there is a lot of money in the Treasury, taxpayers' money to be used? Is that what you are telling me? Everything that bears the coat of arms in Trinidad and Tobago will have to change. Every single thing. As I said, your driver's card, your driving license, your ID card, your passport, your birth paper, your government documents, every single document in Trinidad, every single document, everything that bears the coat of arms will have to change. How much is it going to cost Trinidad and Tobago to do this? So my question is tonight, is Dr. Rowley fit, mentally fit to run Trinidad and Tobago? That is my question tonight. You want to make that drastic change in a time like now, when the economy is in what? In a critical state in Trinidad and Tobago. So you're going to tell me it is okay to spend that money there when we could need it elsewhere? Is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago mentally stable to run our country? I'm asking that question. Is he mentally and physically stable to run Trinidad and Tobago? Can Terence Singh answer that? Caller, good night. Go right ahead.
to me like somebody put on some kind of opium and all of them ministers, like, because they're malfunctioning. Here we're going on there. I always believe in the first rumor here, and what I heard is that they're going to cost the state $4 billion to do over this change. Now, that is something that is a crazy move, because at the end of the day, we have certain things to do in the country to uplift, like the roads. Roads, we have drainage, we have flooding in areas, we have people who need things to happen here. People are losing jobs. People have to come out and work. They're not getting sufficient money. They're bringing up property tax. They're pressing on the people they're pressing on the people with penalties for things that is not even valid, but they have to pay money for, and they have a way that they put things that if you go to court, they still have to pay the money and so forth. Now you're coming to come to changes, which is the coat of arms was not affecting the country or anybody. Now you're coming with something to say that it is going to start to remove the Privy Council, because you don't want to have these things to be irrelevant at the time, because at the end of the day, you come in like you want to paint your house to make it look good when it already you don't have money to paint it. So why you paint
Correct.
it? You could leave it until a certain time.
Correct.
But this like something is wrong with this entire. You see how all of them clapping and rejoicing over a steel pan going on the coat of arms. That is unnecessary. That is to tell you how these people think, because here what? They have people who working for the government right now. They get a pension, but they get hampers at the end of the month. The wife have she getting one too, so like 2 hampers. They getting grants for the children. They getting food cards. They get it, and plus they're working too. Although they're getting pension, they're working likewise.
Yes.
So the income, all of these things coming in here, and they're still reaping the benefits from the country. Do you think they will care about any other people going to run the government and make betterment for the children? They only care about themselves at this moment. So what's going to happen to the future generation? That is something to think about for everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. So, load up the video with South Credit Union. You have it? So, viewers, before we go for this break, let me show you something. Let me tell you something. It have some bandits in Trinidad and Tobago that really care, you know. They really care. But look at these videos. This is in front, Real Talk Credit Union, Cipero Street in San Fernando. Look at this. You see the Baba guy there? He knows exactly what he was doing. You know why I said that? He made sure he covered his face. He didn't want nobody to see him. You see that? That now is in front of the Real Talk Credit Union building on Cipero Street in San Fernando. Now look at this other video. So I want to know tonight if his father and son, both of them is bandits. I want to know if both of them are bandits. You have a picture here too, right? Hold on. Look at him. Look at him. He gives Saieed money to buy that. Now look at the picture of Mamu. 1 minute. Look at the picture of Mamu. Come down, playing, eating a box of food to take up. Real Talk Credit Union carpet now and go with it. So go back to the first video, director. You see Bareback Man here? What Bareback Man didn't realize is that the whole street have camera. What Bareback Man didn't realize is that other cameras in the area picked him up with his face showing. That is what Bareback Man didn't understand. You understand? That is what Bareback Man didn't understand. He didn't realize other cameras in the area caught him with his bare face. Look at Papi right there. Look at him. Everybody on Cipero Street know Papi now. Everybody on Cipero Street now will know the man with who ban up his head. So come back to me, director. Now Trinidad and Tobago. I am going to say something that may offend plenty of you. But think about this before I say what I had to say. If a bandit break into your home and abuse your family, what would you do? Keep that in your mind. Somebody will say, Saeed, you're a rich man, I just piece of carpet outside there. You may say that. But the thing is, did you work and put the carpet there? Ask yourself that. That's number one. Number two, did you know how the carpet reached there? No, you don't. But you would say, Saeed, you have money, and now you have money, you could buy back a piece of carpet and drop it there. You would say that. But the thing is, just how you working from 8 o'clock in the morning, I working from 5 o'clock in the morning. So now, seeing that strong man bareback, he band up his head, willfully know what he was doing. Supposing I light a light now. Listen to me carefully. Listen to the stupid side of Saeed. Listen to the dokey side of Saeed. I am a public figure. Everybody have two sides to them. They have a good side and they have a bad side. Listen to this. If I light a light on bareback man who willfully know what he was doing, I don't know if that's his father in the picture, you know. I don't know. I don't know. But they know what they was looking at. They know what they picked up. Real Talk Credit Union in South open on the 5th. And that incident happened yesterday. Good? Nice. If I light a light on both of them head now, and the skin or the meat start dropping out from their hands, everybody would say Saeed is the wrong one. Saeed, that cheap piece of carpet, did you contribute towards the carpet? No. Well, then don't assume it is cheap. You didn't contribute, so zip your mouth. To start with. If somebody come and pick up your TV inside your house, and I tell you, but that TV is only 3,000, where you want to kill the man? You're going to say, oh, Saeed, I work hard for it. I understand you work hard for it. So keep your comments to yourself now. Ban up head. You ban up your face, you willfully know what you're doing. Supposing now, something starts dripping from your eye and it cannot stop. You want to ban your face? No problem. Supposing something start coming out of your head now. You want to ban up your head? I have no problem, ban it up. All you're going to say, Saeed bad. That's the first thing all you're going to say. Oh, Saeed, you could have let him go with it. Did you contribute it? No, you didn't. You didn't. But I know where dudes man living. Me are frightened, you know. I am frightened at all. I'm not fighting, I'm not frustrating, but I just show you how easy it is people is lose their life. I show you how easy it is people is lose their hand. I show you how easy it is the neck just come off their shoulder. By that, you pick up something that is not yours. What is that? A criminal offense. Correct? That's thieving. Now let me just tell you something. In the Middle East, when you're a thief, they take off from your wrist up. You see here upwards? They take off this completely. That's in a Muslim country. Who is Saeed? Oh, wait a minute. Saeed is a Muslim. I forgot. Saeed badn't. All of a sudden, Saeed get bad. Saeed curling for a piece of carpet. Did you contribute towards the carpet? No, you didn't. It was stolen. It was the property of Real Talk Credit Union. But I'm definitely sure we'll have videos to show all you after. So I show all you before. I may show you after. So we are going for a short commercial break, viewers. But when we come back, we're going to hear about Kafa and Monkeypox after this break.
Become a member of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid upfront. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery. At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
So Trinidad and Tobago, those of you who cannot see us on Flow Station, you can go to our Facebook page on YouTube and view us. Real Talk with Saieed Ali on Facebook and TT Real Talk on YouTube. Remember that I believe Flow, a viewer just messaged me there and they said they are not getting it on Flow. Flow is, I believe, is 112. So if you're not getting it on Flow, go on Real Talk with Saieed Ali Facebook page and you will see our live stream. So, as we continue tonight, viewers, the Trinidad and Tobago-based Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARFA, has called on members of state to be vigilant against monkeypox virus outbreak after the World Health Organization, WHO, last week declared the virus a public health emergency of international concern. CARFA said it was established CARFA said it has established a testing capacity for the virus with a turnaround time of 72 hours and added that the current outbreak of Mpox is caused by clade 1, which is more transmittable and cause more severe illness. Listen to this video.
What is concerning with this current Mpox outbreak, it seems that this variant is more fatal. Concerning local preparations, you may recall in 2022, we had 4 cases of Mpox, so we are well versed in treating with it. As we indicated at that time, you don't isolate Mpox persons at an institution. They isolate at home. So those protocols are still in place.
Now viewers, the typical symptom to look out for are flu-like symptom, fever, rash, blister, and it must be remembered that this virus is transmitted via close contact, especially close sexual contact or contact with contaminated bed linen. He also added that self-isolation, which can be done at home.
So the first thing you do is self-isolate and speak to a physician, and then we take it from there. Self-isolation can be done at home. At your home, you don't have to self-isolate in an institution, and treat your symptoms symptomatically, fluids and so on. The doctor will determine whether you need to go on any other medication.
Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Mr. Ali, I'm calling from Sokwan Village Street, Anigandi, number 1.
Welcome.
3 weeks ago, I went to the regional corporation with a video showing them 2 acres of land, 2 lots of land, about 7 feet. I believe I sent a video for you. And up to now, they do nothing with the bush.
Okay, so the video that you sent to them, do you know the owner of the...
Yes, you want me to call his name and give him his phone number?
Don't call his name. What you need to do is to go into the corporation, give them the name, the address, and the contact number of the individual.
Well, I give them all that. All that I do.
And they didn't do anything?
Nothing.
Well, then the chairman of the this is the which corporation?
Sandigani Corporation.
Sandigani. Well, then the chairman for the Sandigani Corporation. Well, then he's sitting down on his butt.
I went, a woman take my report. She said she will get on to him. I give him the name, the phone number, and everything.
Because normally when you made a report like that to the corporation will get in touch with the owner, serve a notice. I believe the owner will have 7 days or 14 days to clear his land. If not, the corporation will clear his land and send him the bill.
I believe no way in Sandigani have bigger bush than this. It's easy. I send the video for you also, you know.
What number you send it on? 267?
Oh God, I don't know what number.
Take this number, 267-7325.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend.
And next thing too, with those guys who take out them with those carpets, I want to do them something just for the government to know. They don't get to afraid you and all.
I have a better plan, don't worry. Thank you, my friend. Now, viewers, Kuva Hospital. While the number of laboratories confirmed death from dengue, fever remains at 8. The ministry has confirmed that there are 825 laboratory confirmed cases of dengue fever. Health Minister Terence Dialsing stated that the Ministry of Health is preparing for a rise in the cases. Dialsing said 441 notices have been issued to homeowners to clean their surrounding, and the Insect Vector Control Division has sprayed 160,726 homes. Listen to this.
The number of laboratory confirmed cases increased from 712 to 813. So roughly another 101 cases as of 9 a.m. this morning. The number of deaths remained the same at 8 at this point in time. The number of notices that have been issued by the public health inspectors is 441. So 441 house owners have been served notices to clean their premises to get rid of breeding sites. In addition, when we had our last press conference at the San Fernando Teaching Hospital, maybe around 3 weeks ago, the Insect Vector Control Division would have indicated they had personally visited, at that time, 150,000 homes. To date, that figure is now 160,726 homes have been visited personally. That is to give you some idea of the scope and range of the response that we are mounting.
Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saieed.
Go right ahead, you're live.
I do hope that you know that Rowley don't ask for Josie and all them things for the election. Don't get it from China. You see how he is? He is studying people life and thing, you know. He is studying that, he's studying election. He don't get collecting Josie and things from China and bandana and all them things.
Thank you, my dear. The Minister of Health continue to mount a robust nation response to dengue, which is why they have activated the Cuba facility. The Minister urged citizens to make use of the nationwide early screening center.
The Ministry of Health continues to mount a robust national response to dengue. We are preparing for an increase in cases. That is why we have activated the Cuba facility. I urge people to make use of that facility. We have introduced similar lines of treatment at the other RHAs. Eastern is doing something similar so that people on the eastern seaboard don't have to go to Cuba. Northwest is doing something similar. So at all parts of the country, Northwest, Cuba, Eastern, there are these facilities where you can go in for early screening, get all the advice you want, and I want to leave the population with one piece of advice. Because what I am seeing is a repeat of the COVID experience, where people just took too long to come in to be treated, to be diagnosed, and to be screened. Come in as early as possible, make use of the Cuba facility or the facility up at Grande, or any of the other facilities for early testing, early screening.
So we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back from this break, we're going to hear Rowley saying police trained to shoot after this.
Become a member of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid upfront. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chagonas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
just before we move on to Dr. Rowley, the Minister of Health further stressed the role of citizens in combating the dengue virus is, listen to him right now.
And I want to leave with a final plea, and this is a plea to homeowners. Your responsibility in this fight against the Aedes aegypti and dengue is the most important ingredient of this fight. You have it within your power to clean your gutterings, cover your barrels with meshes, empty out all your saucers that contain water, the holes in your block walls that contain water. The government cannot go into all those holes in your block walls. Please work with the government, follow the advice, and if you can clear your homes and your yards of all these sources where the Aedes aegypti can breed the expected cases that we are anticipating and preparing for, we could have a severe dent in that. And also ensure that not many more people succumb to this virus. We don't want a repeat of what we saw in 2014, where at that time somewhere between 14 and 20 persons died. We don't want to see a repeat of that. We are currently at 8 and coming as early as possible for treatment.
So viewers, Dr. Rowley, reluctant to comment on the August 14 police shooting that resulted in 6 deaths. The Prime Minister said it appears some bad choices were made. Dr. Rowley appealed to young people not to make the mistake of believing that they could shoot themselves out of a situation with the police or defense force. He stated that people who arm themselves illegally and believe they will prevail in an encounter with the police are making a grave mistake. Listen to this.
Don't make the mistake of believing or letting anybody make you believe that you could shoot your way out of a situation with the police. Don't make that decision. It could only end badly for you, for your family, and for all of us.
He noted that when you arm yourself with a weapon like a gun, it means you have decided to use it. Law enforcement officers will not wait to see what and how you use it.
The police are trained to shoot, and they will shoot to kill if you threaten their lives. And when you arm yourself with a weapon like a gun, it means that you have made a decision to use it. And it doesn't make sense to think that the law enforcement officers will wait to see what you do and how you use it. So you are putting yourself in harm's way.
Trinidad and Tobago, I always tell you, police have license to kill. The police have license to kill. We are now seeing the results of it. We are now seeing the results of it. Now, in order to curb crime in Trinidad and Tobago, bandits arming themselves with illegal firearms. When the police, in a police shootout, some will live, some will die. A police may get shot and kill, a bandit may get shot and kill. But in the line of duty, police will shoot you. Police will shoot you to death if their bullets hit you. You have to shoot your way out of a situation, hoping that you come out, you know. Hoping that you come out. Now, in order for crime to go down, bandits have to die. Bandits have to go to jail. We don't like it, but this is the reality of it. From the time you arm yourself with an illegal weapon, tell yourself you're ready to die. Tell yourself when you're going on a robbery, you may or may not come out from that robbery. Tell yourself that all the gold chain and the nice thing, when you commit an act, you may or may not leave it for someone else. Think about that. So if you want to enjoy your bling and your nice ride and your dressing nice, work hard. Work hard. Call a good night.
Yes, good night.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Saeed, concerning this topic you're talking about, right? Right? These people that run any country have a very reactive kind of approach to everything, you know, because they don't try to fix the problem before it occurs. They're always trying to fix the problem after. Because I'm going to give an example. Because the Minister of National Security states, and he tell a reporter that when it is somebody commit a crime, the police will come and solve the crime. Or they can't try to put things in place so people won't have the reason to want to commit a crime in the first place. I just say give people opportunities so that they would not have to go there and do what they're doing. But anyhow, besides that, I just want to touch on two things before I go, right? First of all, is this agri-expo that taking place in policy, right? Now, let me tell you, right, it's a nice gesture and everything, but how much money are they spending to do that?
Correct.
And then, firstly, right, what about all the farmers in Castleford that getting robbed every single night in home invasion? What they doing about these situations?
Correct.
That farmers facing right now? Anybody helping these people? What about all the perennial larceny that people have to go through?
Yeah.
Helping any farmer out any of these things? But all they're coming out there with a show to show people that all they can have an agri-expo. Let me tell you how stupid the whole thing is, right? All you have it in a part of the country. How many farmers it have in that part of the countryside? You tell me that. So they could not have that in Central. And the last thing before I go side, this whole thing where they want to remove Columbus ship for the steel ban. How much money they plan to spend to do this thing? Because right now this country in a money crisis right now.
Correct.
Because them trying to tax people till they're dead. They get property tax so they can run the country. How much hundreds of millions of dollars they're going to spend to change over this whole thing? So one morning he probably wake up side and he decided, well, we don't need that whole coat of arms again. We're going to put something else. We have to go with wherever he said it. Let me tell you something, before I go, right? A simple man on the ground like me and you side, we don't really care. That's not affecting us, you know, in any way, you know. It's not affecting us. I'm going to tell you how it's going to affect us. It's going to affect us negatively. Because first thing they're going to tell you, your passport, none and void. Your ID card, your permit, your
correct.
Paper, and then all the currency you have. Where are you going to do that? They're going to exchange that currency again? Or this place going mad on the side. This place really and truly going mad on the Anyway, you enjoy a nice side.
Thank you, my friend. This is why I ask you, the citizen, is Dr. Rowley mentally stable to run Trinidad and Tobago? Does he want to bankrupt the treasury? All those clowns and them that were clapping, do they understand that it's going to cost Trinidad and Tobago? Do they understand that? So, who is the people that will be getting these contracts to do these things? Are they friends and family of government ministers? Do they have a kickback to get in it? Woo! That is what we need to find out. Who is getting these contracts to do these things? But nevertheless, you have a call? Minister in the Ministry of National Security, Keith Scotland, is hoping to lay the groundwork to make a dent in Tobago crime situation. Scotland was joined by Police Commissioner Erla Haywood Christopher. Haywood. In a walkabout on August 12th in the Crown Point district, followed by a tour to the police station across the island. This is in Tobago, He said there are in Tobago for 48 to 72 hours and plan to visit several communities. Scotland said his purpose was to focus on arresting the current crime situation. He wants to nip this situation in the bud and show the citizens of Tobago and Trinidad that they are very much interested in having the situation controlled, if not before. Listen to this video.
So we want to nip this situation in the bud, and we want to show the citizens of Tobago and Trinidad, but particularly now Tobago, that we are very much interested in having this situation abated and immediately. We intend to hit the entire island of Tobago, all police stations. I will receive a report on Wednesday, which I will share, of course, with Minister Hines and others, and we will act on it as soon as that report is given.
So Trinidad and Tobago, where is the Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines? This is what I want to ask. Where is Fitzgerald Hines? Where is the Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines? This is what I want to ask. Scotland said 19 murder in Tobago is 19 too many, and assured that his ministry will do everything in its power to have the situation arrested and will be more visible to keep the island safe. Listen to this.
19 murders in Tobago is 19 too many. I want to tell Tobago that we are here and we will do everything in our power, every single thing, to have this situation arrested. And they will see the police on the ground, they will see them more, it'll be more visible to keep our island safe.
Now, staying in Tobago, days after his announcement to rent a vessel for Coast Guard officer, it seems that the Tobago House of Assembly Chief Secretary Farley Augustine plan isn't anchored yet. Reacting to criticism from the former top cop Gary Griffith on the proposal, National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines made it clear that nothing is set in stone. I'll listen to this.
For the time being, that remains conjecture and discussion, but there's no foundation in reality in respect of that.
So Trinidad and Tobago, according to Fitzgerald Hines, nothing is set on stone. The Chief Secretary for Tobago made his announcement that they're going to rent fishing boats to patrol around Tobago to keep the island safe. Up come Fitzgerald Hines and say nothing is set on stone. Is he interested in fixing crime in Tobago? Because to be a Minister of National Security, you have to be an educated donkey. Understand what I'm saying? You have to be an educated donkey to come up with a plan to say nothing is set in stone. That goes to tell me you're not interested in fixing crime in Tobago. Farley, on the other hand, didn't ask for a Coast Guard vessel, which will take about 10 years to procure. Farley didn't ask for 2 vessels that would maybe take 20 years to procure. What Farley asked for was 2 or 3 fishing vessels to be rented to secure the perimeter of Tobago. Dodo had come out and said nothing set in stone. Nothing set in stone. Now all listen to this. Run that playback, the director.
The Tobago House of Assembly will immediately see to procure by way of rental of appropriate vessels. We are looking at 2 perhaps fishing vessels. We won't have the funds to do large vessels, the kinds that the Coast Guard is accustomed to, but we want to procure 2 vessels by way of rental vessels, and we are not talking about those little pirogues. We're talking about vessels that are a bit larger than that, with specs that the Coast Guard will share with us, that will allow for some mobility along the shorelines of Tobago and mobility in and out of our marine park area.
All the man asked for is 2 fishing vessels. That is all. And he would start from there. A Dodo Head said nothing is set in stone. That same Dodo Head told us that it is not his job to secure Trinidad and Tobago. While we have a minister in the Ministry of National Security touring Tobago presently. It's sad, you know. It's sad that we have some mentally unstable persons running our country. It's sad that we have mentally unstable people making decisions for us. For us. Imagine that. So we should be the dodo heads now sitting down, and everything them mentally unstable people say, we say yes. We must say yes to everything. Is that how a country functions? Is Mr. Hines, the Minister of National Security, showing any interest in fixing crime? Is he? I said this once and I will say it again. Did they hire another ministry, another minister in the Ministry of National Security, Keith Scotland, to take all the blame off Fitzgerald Hines? I'm asking the question again. Ask yourself that, Trinidad and Tobago. You see, I'll tell you something. You could fool the fools for as long as you want, but you cannot fool the fools as long as they want. Because the fool will get smart on you. And the fool will outsmart you while you telling yourself that the fool is being fooled. Coat of arms. You want to change the coat of arms. What is the cost of changing the coat of arms in Trinidad and Tobago? You want to take out the ship to put a steel pan. The steel pan is an instrument in Trinidad and Tobago. The 3 ships represent Christopher Columbus, who rediscovered Trinidad and Tobago. That is a history by itself. So you want to remove that history now to put an instrument as a pan. What is the symbol of the pan? What the pan represent? Does this pan, the steel pan, speaks more volume than history? Ask yourself that. Also ask yourself, is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago fit to run our country, or is he mentally unstable? We are in a recession, almost a recession in Trinidad and Tobago. We cannot get US currency to start with. You cannot get US currency to start with. But you want to spend a large sum of money, figures not given yet, on changing the 3 ships to instrument pan. How much is that going to cost? Hope we get the answer later on this week, so I'll bring it to you. Viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, there's a rerun of this program another day from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and we'll be right back here another night for Real Talk with Saieed Ali as we go live. Good night.